Let's face it, the finance job market is becoming more and more competitive. But what if I tell you that there is a way you can stand out from the crowd? And no, it's not some fancy new trick, it's simply by creating your work resume the right way. I've worked over 15 years in corporate finance in different companies and helped many other finance professionals advance their careers as well. And what I've realized is that the people who had a well-written CV were much more likely to land jobs and progress in the field. So in this video, I'm going to go over the exact structure you should follow when writing your resume to maximize your chances of getting hired. I will talk about things you must include and common mistakes to avoid. So after watching this video and implementing these steps, you will be able to stand out from the competition and dominate the financial market. So let's get into it. I'm going to present you the most important elements you need to have on your CV to get your new job. Let's start by the header. What is really important is to give a title to yourself, because people should not have to guess who are you. So not your name, but more like as a person. Are you a tax person? Are you a manager? Are you somebody specialized in manufacturing or maybe in the food industry? And having this straight at the top helps the recruiter make sure that you're the right profile for the job. You make the work easier for the recruiter because you are just saying, hey, yeah, I'm the right person. So it should be brief, impactful, and really highlight your experience, your position, and the industry you are on. Now, let's look at the second element, which is the selected achievements. This is something that almost nobody puts on their CV, but this is actually the most important. You know why? Because people don't want to hire somebody who has done the task. They want to hire somebody who had results and who had success. And if they see your successes, then they can already imagine how you can help them in the future. Advertise yourself, advertise your wins, advertise everything you have done to help your previous companies and how your future company could think about what you can bring to them. So here, really important to have 3 to 5 achievements. Like, don't put too much, but each of them be super precise about what you did. And here, use numbers, because numbers will show the truth. Numbers will show how you helped the previous companies. Numbers also will help the recruiter to see if you fit inside their company. For example, this part here comes actually from my own CV, because I had to go through this process where 5 people left and 2 new people arrived. We started with 11 professionals and we ended with 8 professionals. So you can imagine that that was a hard time. So what does it mean here is, because I've been through this change, I know how to deal with it. I know how to deal with people that are leaving, but also people that are arriving. And this is something that management wants from people they recruit and have a team lead. And you can see the other examples. And one that I really like also came from my own CV is the reduction of hourly rate with the specific percentages, but also the quantification, and explain how I did that, and just in 2 to 3 lines. Now on the number 3, experience. I like to put experience first and not the part about educations and qualification, because people want first to recruit a professional and not an academic. Here it's important that you will list what you did, which position, which company, and that you are precise about your achievements and successes with numbers, that you also use the keywords that are linked to what you will see in the job advertisement that you are applying for. And by using those keywords, you will remind the recruiter that you are a good fit for the job. So here, make sure as well that if you are, for example, applying for a job where there is reporting, make sure that you mention that. And of course, mention it only if you have done it. Here, I recommend that you have 5 to 10 bullet points to describe your latest experience. And then the more you will go in the past, the less you need to describe what you did, because we have to admit that it's not really important what I did or what you did 20 years ago or 10 years ago. What is more important is what you did here in the last years. After the experience come your educations and qualifications. So in your education, you will obviously describe where you studied, but make sure that you are not too specific in the semantic and that everybody can understand. For example, I was at East Carolina University, and maybe my program had a specific name, but I know that it was linked to an MBA in finance and management. So let's use a simple name that everybody understands, which is MBA Finance and Management. Then when you are talking about your languages, it's really important to describe your level and also to show why you are actually good in one language. Either you lived in one country, either your parents are speaking the language, either you have worked also in a country where you speak another language. So that's important to add that, because here, if I just show for Spanish that I'm fluent and C2, well, how can I prove that? And if I say that I worked 2 years in Mexico, then people can believe that and I get more credibility. Also, really important here is to describe your IT skills. We know that technology is more and more important, so be specific here. Show the tools you use, but also how do you use them. You know, when it's about Excel, it's really hard to describe how good you are in Excel. But if you start to say that you have taught Excel, that you have built financial models, that you are really good with Power Query, then it describes really well how good you are with Excel. And same with the other topics. And finally, the last part, don't make it too big, but still, you are a person. You have something to say. Talk about what makes you happy, makes you a good person, makes you different, makes you diverse. For me, that was all of what I did with LinkedIn. I had a big internet presence, and also I did some jobs like I was a DJ. And I think that's important to mention that and to be really proud about that. This CV, you see, it's not exactly my CV because I didn't play basketball, play actively football, and I didn't travel to South America, but it took some of my own CV lines. Most importantly, I just took my CV that worked really well in my career. I made it a template, and this template, you can actually download it for free. Just click below and you can download this CV. If you found this video valuable, please subscribe because you will even receive more from me in the coming weeks. I'm helping finance professionals. I have more than 1 million people that follow me. So now also start following me on YouTube because you will receive a lot of value from me. And I'm here to help you, but please help me now by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. I see you in the next one.